Hey you, do you want BX bays? Or even UX bays? Or even the new CX bays? Well then go check out partner to the channel Mall of Toys. They're a big help to the channel, and if you use code Gabriel's Bays at checkout, you'll save 5% off. Anyways, let's get to the video.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off the question with what is X? I'm gonna start off what I think it is. I think it's just the resonance or the bond that the Bladers have, if they have, or if they have similar bays, or if they're on similar teams. Like, say, I could explain away Chrome Ryugu having the same aura that Dran's sword has when he's being used by Exu, because they both own Dragon Beyblade. And I could, another thing, notice how when Paku uses Extreme Dash with his Hell's Hammer copy, there's no trail, there's no like effect with it. However, as time went on with Burst, he slowly started to get that aura. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna let Shadow Dragon.
I wouldn't explain it though. Cause okay, let me think about it like this. All right, so Paku was able to use Samurai Saber's Extreme Dash aura. So because of that, why wasn't Hell's Hammer have one then? Because technically speaking, Bird was able to copy Subaru's Extreme Dash aura because since they both use Hell's Sight. So Bird usually did imitation Extreme Dashes, so he probably could not use an Extreme Dash. He was doing Extreme Dash like he would use like.
Oh yeah, I see what you're getting at. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, and however, Paku, he copies Blader's own like style. So basically, Paku copied Bird's imitation style, not his actual full blading style where he actually got his Extreme Dash.
Oh, that's what you. Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. So and then Chrome having the exact same Extreme Dash aura as Jackson, that because he copied the same style as Jackson, but they both had different X's.
So basically, what you mean is like X is basically just like the Blader's skill and can be copied if done right. So is what you're saying.
Yes and no.
Explain.
Now, in the sense of copying it, yes, it can definitely be copied, but you can actually see with Chrome's Extreme Dash when he's going on a Blader why. He didn't fully copy Jackson's new Extreme Dash aura, because when he was battling King Maju, Jackson's Extreme Dash aura changed and evolved when he used Extreme Dash Buster. So with that, it goes to show that there's an extent to how much you can copy. For example, there's also Blader Z that also copied with Jackson's aura as well, but it was his old aura. So there's a difference between how much you can copy.
I could definitely see that, because I did see with Common Z and Common Y, their Extreme Dashes had more like line shapes in them when Jackson, or actually X's and Jackson's Extreme Dash aura from like when in his battle with Queen and Dragon Buster, it changed to more like square shape, like quadrilateral, like square.
Yeah, then there's also then you also have to also add the fact that Chrome's Extreme Dash aura also changed because we only see him use Extreme Dash once with Cobalt Drake, and that was like dark blue with a hint of red. But with Cobalt Dragoon, it evolved. So you can barely see it, because I noticed it when I was watching the battle with Jackson and Chrome when Jackson was using Dagger Dran. I noticed with Chrome's Extreme Dash aura, it had Sonic Burst in it. You could barely see it, but it was the same kind of burst that Impact Drake had when they did its first Extreme Dash, but smaller and more condensed. So you could barely see it, but it was there.
Interesting. But yeah,
that's Chrome X.
Yeah. On the topic of that, with Chrome Ryugu's thing, with his Cobalt Drake's Extreme Dash, I almost said Cobalt Dragoon. With Cobalt Drake's Extreme Dash, it had a lot more blue and less red. And when I noticed for Cobalt Dragoon's Extreme Dash, had a little bit more red with the Extreme Dash. Is another thing that I noticed with.
Yeah. And then with Impact Drake, it's now more like purple, black, and red. More like showing his dark-sided version. Now, because you would think it would have possibly some blue in it, but no, it just has purple, red, and black.
Yeah, because the purple is more prevalent in Chrome's eyes rather than his than just the usual blue that Cobalt Dragoon or the Cobalts are usually known for.
I thought it would be blue because of the fact that the thing is when Chrome's eyes go completely black and his eyes go gray, the claws in his eyes go blue. They don't go purple. Which it was kind of confusing to me, but it's probably just because I thought it'd be cooler. I don't know. It's
honestly,
we still don't.
That makes sense.
Now, I think X might be more explained when it comes to probably Team Zodiac and the custom line.
Yeah. Because okay, I want to explain a little. I want to talk about Toguro real quick, because Toguro never really had an extreme dash or any type of like X aura to be specific. But with his extreme dash, I could kind of make sense of the fact that his extreme dash aura is more desert colored rather than the color that his regular Viper Tail is, because he's using a different colored Viper Tail. So what I think now with X is that it's an aura that, when done correctly, can create a trail and also matches the colors of said Beyblade.
For example, there's also Uni's Unicorn Sting as well, because it did the same thing when she was showcasing her attack custom. It did the same thing. Her aura changed from like kind of light ocean blue to a dark red.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. And I really do hope that there's going to be some more type customs if they do more type customs, even though the tertiary team, even though the tertiary team
with the CX.
Yeah. It's just like it depends on the blade. And I think like, okay, here's my comment. Okay, you can say your thing. You can say your thing first.
I always have to make it lunch the whole time.
Alright. Okay. But yeah, my context on the situation is that my context on what X is I think X is basically trainable. It's like trainable energy that is basically X is in every blader, but it's not in every bay. That's sort of how I see it. That's sort of how I see it. Because because some generics, you know how with generic bays, they don't really have anything going for them, except the only generic bays that has an aura, as of right now, is Takumi's. I don't know how to pronounce it. Takumi's Stone Blanc. Stone Mountain.
But here's the thing, I can debunk that right now. Ordinary bays do have extreme dashes, because when Chrome was testing out Impact Drake against the blading robot, that bay had an extreme dash aura.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's why I was kind of saying. That's why I was kind of saying. In fact, like
so it could be trained. So you're saying it could be trained by some type of AI. It could be like AI trained, but I noticed how the look of the AIs really just have like a standard type aura rather than the more colorful ones that the bladers have. Like it had more lines in it. It had more line patterns in the Extreme Dash aura rather than when you compare it to Jackson or Birds or Robin.
And you couldn't. And like some people didn't notice this. The Extreme Dash aura kept evolving. When the bay kept hitting the extreme rail, the line kept getting more and more visible. Because first it was like when Takumi was using Phoenix Feather with its Extreme Dash Burning Avalanche, there wasn't that much of an aura. It was more like a type of comic. But then when it started hitting the extreme line more and more, the line kept getting more clearer, and you could see a clear pattern in it.
Oh,
Which is very weird.
Yeah. Okay. That is really interesting.